Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we got another one for you. We're going to cover part 2 of grass edges and structure. I think it's an important, I wanted to expand on it a little bit for us guys that are on the bank. Some tips for us guys that are off the bank. Where to look for these fish to add up to more fish catches this summer for you guys. So stay tuned, it's going to be a good one. Hey guys, well today we're going to talk about grass edges, structure, where these bass are when it's hot. We talked about how to fish grass edges, some lures. Today we're just going to break down what we talked about to eliminate a lot of structure that otherwise probably ain't going to be as productive as some of these other places. I didn't, with a 19-minute video, I wanted to cover lures and give you the basis. Now we're going to go into a little deeper, give you some ideas where to look for these bass in amongst all that cover. And we might even talk a few lures. We'll see how it goes. Okay, guys. So first off, I brought my little whiteboard out here. I'm not much of an artist, so guys, work with me. But when we're fishing, say for instance, we're going to do grass. Okay. So we're going to say we got a grass line. Maybe it looks like something like that. All right. Or we'll make it, where it looks something like that, right? Where we want to fish is where this grass might come do something like that, or maybe even something like this. Okay. These spots here are going to be high percentage spots. Excuse me. Told you I can't draw. Okay. Anytime you see something like this in a grass edge, okay, this being all like flat, maybe it has a little hump here. I'm going to pass a lot of this up. Okay. I'm going to look for grass where it comes out to maybe a point, and I'm going to fish the sides of this point, and I'm going to fish the front of the point. I'm going to look for grass where it coves in, goes back and makes like a little cove. Again, I'm going to fish the two corners. Then I'm going to fish the back and maybe even the sides there. These are going to be high percentage areas for bass when you're fishing in grass, which means all this here could be pretty much dead water, or it'll be limited to the amount of bass you're going to catch. Okay, guys. Moving on, because that's, I don't want to beat a dead horse. The next thing for us guys on the bank, that'll work for guys on the bank too, by the way. But the next thing is, say we got, I'm trying my best, say we got some trees here, but they're coming out of the water, like cypress trees, they're in the water. But then say, and I'm not an artist, guys, but say you have one that's just out here by himself, okay, and this is all water. He's sticking out of the water here. Okay, if I see something like this in the structure, I'm going to hit the tree that's out there by himself, that's in the water. This, again, high percentage area. Yes, they could be here, but if you go down and it's the same all the way down, and you have more trees just going down through an area, but then you get this guy out here and he's all alone, and there's no trees to the left or the right. He's just an awkward tree. He's something different. High percentage area. Guys, for us guys that might be on the bank, something that I want to share with you guys. The grass line works the same way, but also say you have, we'll call these bushes, okay? And the water's here. Okay, if you have a lot of bushes right along the water, but then say the water comes, there's no bushes, and then there's a bush that overhangs or a tree. This here would be another high percentage area. Okay, I'm going to skip all that to go to this lonely bush or this lonely overhanging tree to get the bass. Guys, it's all about edges. It's all about being different. Edges can be a million things, all right? It could be a grass edge, like we did, like I showed you. It could be overhanging trees. It could be cypress trees, or in my case, we have like old oaks or something in the one river I fish, where, for instance, like I was showing you, boom, 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 3 of them right in a row, almost straight line. But then you come down about 5 or 6 feet and you got this big wide one. He's out there by himself. I've caught a ton of fish fishing just that one. The other thing you could do is for guys on the boat, for guys on the bank, color line. Okay, if you don't have a lot of grass in your lake, my example for the bushes and the overhanging trees comes from the dirty water video. You got to witness it in the Hellgrammite video. But there's no grass in that lake, none whatsoever. So you can look for color lines. What's color line? Color lines where the water goes from shallow to much deeper. If you look on Google Maps, you will see where it's like a darker. This is where the sun can penetrate all the way to the bottom. And then all of a sudden it'll get like a bluish green or something. That's where the sun cannot penetrate down to the bottom. If you fish that line where the two colors change, this can also happen, guys, if you get a lot of rain and you got lakes with tributaries running in. A lot of times you're going to find where it'll make a big mud bloom, like just an area that becomes mud. But then just out on the outside of that mud, you still have clear water. This same principle, run your lures right along that edge. That's where the fish are going to be. It doesn't matter if the fish were, off those points before your rainstorm. As soon as that mud moves in, those fish are going to move out to the edge where it's mud line to clear water. That's where they're going to be for that particular situation. That's your color lines. Another thing I wanted to talk about that goes along with the grass edges, guys, is I don't care what kind of lake you got, but if you're on a boat, sometimes on the shoreline, if you watch your grass edges, there's going to come where it's just going to be an edge. The grass is going to end. Okay, this could be for many reasons. Most of the time it's going to be, the grass might be lower, way, closer to the bottom. Might be some scum down there, or it could be just mud. But your high grass is going to end, and it's going to let you go straight to the bottom. This is another high percentage area where you're going to want to focus your lures. So you'd want to run, so this is your grass edge here. You're going to want to run your lures through here, where the high grass ends and you can get down to the bottom. Now, a lot of lures we discussed will work well. Some of the other ones, when I get into a situation like that, would be your Ned rig, a jig, just a regular swim bait with a swim bait head. These lures are going to work exceptionally well because now the grass is way down here, or your scum or your mud, whatever, and you got a wall here where it was all grass. Big fish here. Okay. Guys, these are just some tips that I wanted to cover quickly. Trying to make sure I don't forget anything about cover that goes along with the grass edges. But if you use these, and whether you're on the bank, because sometimes, guys, if you walk the bank and you got a good pair of solar polarized glasses, you're going to find that the grass might be out here. Here's your bank. Okay, here's your bank. Bank. grass. Okay, and this is all just water in between. This is another good place to parallel the grass, where it's going to be almost non-existent or very little to catch bass. There are some big ones that are going to hang in this area, but most of your big ones will be out, away from that. But those are just some ideas, guys, of how to cover the grass that I didn't get to talk about in the video before. Hey guys, like I said, Ned rigs, jigs, when you're working that grass edge down to the bottom, if you need a bottom profile lure, you could use your Ned rig, your jig, you could use jerk bait come through there. There's numerous lures, because now you're not dealing with grass that comes up, you're going down to the bottom. Texas rig, Carolina rig, dragging the ball and chain. Guys, if you use these tips, they should add up to more catches and some bigger catches for you. Hey guys, if you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. It helps out the channel a tremendous amount, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all, and like always, if you have anything you want to add to the video, you have any other questions, or you just want to say hello, please leave it down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, guys, we'll see you on the next one.